Hey everybody, Arthur here with another figure review. Today we have Mythic Legion's Advent of Decay Goblin Legion Builder. And yeah, there's no packaging because I got this from a fellow collector who ended up getting a lot and was selling out the miscellaneous pieces that he didn't really need or want. And ended up picking up 4 of these guys. And not all of them were complete, but I definitely have one that is 100% complete. So, as you can see, these goblins look phenomenal. Now, I've been eyeballing these things for a while just because I love goblins. I've been utilizing goblins since Warhammer. You know, I like, if you guys are familiar with the tabletop game Warhammer, orcs and goblins were my thing, and these guys really represent medieval goblins, in my opinion. But not only do they look amazing, they come with a buttload of accessories. So one of the accessories that it comes with is a silver pole. No, it's actually a silver spear. Looks really good, just hard silver plastic. You could probably add paint and washes yourself, but it is hard. It's actually going to stay its shape. If you pose them holding it, it's not going to droop or get all floppy. So you get a spear. We also receive a sword, almost like a, looks almost like a scimitar, and it has some amazing little attentions to detail, like the nicks. You know, add a wash to it to make those nicks and everything pop even more. And the handles look like it's made out of like horns. Again, it's casted in silver. Probably have the ability to just paint it ourselves, but still hard plastic and looks really good. I really like it. So we get the little scimitar sword. We also get sort of like a two-parter. So we get a battle axe, which is, again, sculpted amazing. This is these figures are actually sculpted by the 4 Horsemen, who are, in my opinion, some of the best sculptors and artists out there. And their toy lines are just like stunning. Again, just all that detail. Like, if you just painted it yourself, you can make it pop even more, but again, hard plastic. Now, it's two-parter because we also get this really cool looking skull. The skull itself is just casted in a bone creamy plastic, and then they added a dark wash to it. So very, very nice. It does look like bone. I mean, this is exactly when I painted my Warhammer figures. I would paint it in this type of color and then add a black wash to it. And it's awesome. And it has a little hole on the top. And that is because if you don't want all your guys to be wielding this type of axe, you just slide this on there, and it just adds more character to the weapon. Very, very, very awesome. And he does come with a belt. This one seems to have some stickiness or something on it. It's not supposed to have that shine to it. I don't know what's on it, but it's all supposed to be more like the normal brown. But I got a couple of these, so I don't mind that this one looks a little weird. But it does have a little spot where you can put some sort of weapon. Haven't really played with it yet, but it is a squishy, soft, rubbery material that you can place on your figure how you want. He does come with 2 back pieces. I didn't get the other ones because I'm not going to put wings on the goblin. They come with attachments. Came with silver attachments that plug into the back, and the other attachment had 2 holes where you can hook up wings that they're going to be releasing, and I really don't need flying goblins. But this part, I guess you connect back, and I guess weapons or swords or something can attach to it. I haven't really messed with it too much, but I think that's what this is for, or it's for holding shields. I think for shields, definitely. But either way, it's part of the figure. Then, not only do we get the awesome head sculpt that it's on the figure, we get this armored up head sculpt. And this thing is stunning. Like, the detail, the textures, the painted eyes. I mean, you got to look at this, and anybody that's watching it might think that these look really cool too, but keep in mind, these are not nearly as painted as well as the official like figures that have names and stuff like that. This is just army builder figures. These look amazing. But the other ones that are like standalone, they have unique names. They have a lot more paint detail, and it's just insane. Like these right now in my hand, they look awesome. They have like a nice little silver hue to it in a sense. But the paint, if you guys look up Mythic Legions Goblins, you'll see what I'm talking about. These are amazing. The individual ones that are named just take it to the next level. So diving into the figure itself, the figure looks great. Again, just awesome. This piece that's around his collar that has the spikes and everything can be removed. All of this armor, the shoulder pads, can be removed. And I'm actually going to show you. So this loincloth can be removed. So with that loincloth, give you an example here. You can actually, if you have a different one, which I ended up getting one that had the wrong loincloth with it, but you can actually swap the loincloths with other figures. So they make their figures very interchangeable. Pauldrons, the loincloths, things like that. You can have a lot of really cool fun with customizing and making your army look how you want it to look. So I have my other goblin, I have basically de-armored. So he has his basic looking armor that's on the actual figure. But then when you actually rotate him around, you can see he doesn't have the pauldrons. You plug the back piece here for the shield holder. That's where the pauldrons plug in, and that's where the neck piece plugs in. So very simple, again, they're all about customizing, and you can have your army of goblins look however you want. But you can see just with taking the armor off, the big pauldron and stuff, it makes the figure look like a totally different figure. Looks really cool. I'm going to use this guy to really show the articulation as well, because you got to see the articulation. So his head, full 360, can look down quite a bit and can look up about that far. Just doesn't have the look up, because they almost like a hunch to them with the way the neck is angled and everything. Arms, wow, this one wants to pop out. There we go. Look at the sculpted in detail with the mesh, like the chainmail and everything. He has but elbow bend and swivel, which is a good thing. I'm hitting the camera and everything. And then the gauntlets can rotate right at it's like a forearm rotation, and then wrist rotation, and he has a wrist bend. So a lot of articulation going in here. And what's nice is when you're looking at these figures, all the armor that's on him, you don't see any like peg holes. Yeah, some of you might be like, oh, well, it's a single jointed elbow, that's why there's no peg holes. It's still, the fact is, we get nice little pieces of armor that cover a lot of this to make them look amazing. So we do get a ab movement up here, so he can actually crunch down. Let me get this arm down so you can actually see it. So he can crunch down like so, and he can lean back like that. So not much gappage that goes on underneath, but a lot of range of motion in that upper part of the body. He has a little rubber belt. This part right here, it's rubbery. You can see his little crotch hole. That's where the little part plugs in, which I will sort of show you that it just plugs in like so. Even though this one didn't come with the goblin, the belt covers it and it makes it look natural. Let me get this back out of there. So you can see legs can go out pretty far. And the legs are not your typical ball jointed style hips and everything, which is okay with me. Still get the motion. He can do a nice Spartan kick, and then his knee is a single jointed knee, but it still gets the bend you would want in a figure, especially in armor. Ankle is insane. You can bend quite a bit forward and quite a bit back, and the pivot is ridiculous. And he has ankle rotation, so ankle rotation, pivot, bend. You can get these guys to pose very well and very, very cool. The head sculpt just looks so good. The teeth, the ears, the wrinkles, the two-tone green, just how it looks is just... I don't know why I've been sleeping on these guys. So, I mean, I'm aiming to build a shelf of just goblins. I don't need orcs, don't need any of the other figures. Even though I did see they're making some crazy like fire demon with like gauged ears, and he looks really cool. Probably might get him, maybe, but I definitely want to make an army of goblins. So with the 4 that I have, I can definitely do that. Get the other ones that have the names, which will expand it out even further. It'll look awesome. But I'm definitely going to link down, 4 Horseman Studios down below so you guys can check out, purchase some Mythic Legions yourselves. But these look awesome. But let me get these guys all posed up and equipped up, and so you can really see the variety that you can get with just these army builders they release. I love these figures. As I was setting up this setup, and getting them all posed up, it was just so fun to change out their armor and just like it's so awesome. And these are all the same figure. The only thing that's different is this one has a different loincloth, which I wish I had the original, but hey, I got them at a discounted rate compared to buying them brand new, so I did save some money doing it this route. But look at the difference. Like, example, I'm just going to bring them out individually and how I posed them up. I mean, you got one goblin with the sword, with the spiky collar, full armor, just ready to go in, just slaughter people. So put him in the back. Then I got this heavy armored up guy with no loincloth with the spear, ready to take stuff at a distance. And then he has the little leather belt wrapped around on his back at an angle. Okay, so we got him that way. Then I posed up this guy with a different sash from another character, reaching for a sword. Missing, he has only one pauldron. I figure that if he was going to have a sword right there, a pauldron might be too much of a difficulty to try to grab a sword over. So I removed the pauldron, which gives him his own little distinct look. And then he has the axe in his hand. So really, really cool that you can get this type of playability and displayability with these figures. Then you got this Berserker Goblin. He has a sash around his waist, not at an angle, full armor, and then he has the dual hatchets, battle axes, whatever you want to call them, with skulls on each one, making him looking menacing, and he's got the sword on his back. So, again, a lot of fun with these figures. Posing them and everything is really good. I did notice, and this might be from the previous owner, the ankles do sometimes want to give a little, not anything crazy, not anything crazy loose, but sometimes when you're posing it, if you don't have that weight balance just right, sometimes the ankle wants to give. But again, these figures are great. I mean, I highly recommend them. I know some of these figures can go for a pretty penny. I think these guys were almost new, almost like, I want to say like $40 a piece. And thankfully I didn't have to pay that. He just totally took a nosedive. And then some of the other ones like the Goblin King and some other named goblins, those are like $50 through some sites that I've seen. I know Big Bad Toy Stores carries some of these as well, but these figures are great. They're sculpted by the best, and that sums up my figure review of Mythic Legions, Advent of Decay Goblin Legion builders. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new to my channel, as I'm going to be pumping out a variety of content. And make sure you guys check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. Both Facebook groups are down below. And you got the community group, interactive fellow nerds, talk figures, trade figures. I mean, that's how I ended up getting some of these good deals, is by in these Facebook groups. Then you get the pre-order group, which allows you to stay in the know with collectibles and have them delivered directly to your doorstep. I mean, who's going to complain about having it delivered and saving you the headache of hunting, gas, time? I mean, that's a savings right there. And make sure you check out Toyco's website. Their new website's up. It's amazing. And there's a promo code down below. If you order anything, you get free shipping. So just click the link down below if you guys want to pick up some figures. And I want you guys to have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting and have a wonderful day.